Not that any of us need hype for a new Spider-Man movie. We're all huge fans of the franchise anyway, but we just got hype directly injected into our veins this morning on X. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Today, it's all about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We are going to talk about all the leaks, rumors, plot details, villains, how it should set up Avengers Doomsday, even the new Spider-Man suit teaser they just dropped on X, which you guys see on the screen right now. I mean, there's so many questions. Is it Tobey's? Is it Andrew's? Is it a combination of both to be Tom's? Does it mean that Tobey and Andrew are back? There is a ton of speculation that there is going to be a huge kind of shocker moment in this film. Think along the lines of Avenger cameos or the return of certain people. I'm going to talk about that later on in the video, so stick around. You don't want to miss the theories that Spider-Man could team up with a certain Avenger in this movie. We're going to go over everything, all the confirmed, all the new, so you guys stick around. And remember, I read every single comment on every single video. So if you guys have a comment, I definitely want to hear about it. Drop a like, and let's start off with the facts. The movie's 100% happening, officially titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's no rumor here. It's happening. Filming has just literally begun in Glasgow. That's going to be doubling as New York City. Tom Holland, of course, Peter Parker, and our familiar faces. I mean, MJ, Ned, they're going to be expected to return, of course, and that sounds kind of crazy given how No Way Home ended. MJ and Ned completely forgetting Peter, but they're mainstays of the series, so they'll be around in some capacity in the storyline. We also have some new cast members. Stranger Things' Sadie Sink has joined Marvel, keeping her role under wraps at the moment, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. And then John Berthnall is, of course, reprising his Frank Castle, the Punisher role. That's exciting. I mean, the Punisher is making his big screen MCU debut in a Spider-Man movie. That is going to be wild. I mean, that alone sets a darker, grittier tone than the entire last trilogy. Now, Brand New Day, the title, is a nod to a controversial Spider-Man comic storyline where, spoiler alert if you've never seen it, Peter makes a deal with Mephisto to erase his marriage and his secret identity, effectively hitting the reset button on his life. Yes, Mephisto is now in the MCU officially thanks to the Ironheart series. Spoiler alert again, I probably should have said that at the beginning, but I'm sure most of you know that. In the comics, the Brand New Day era gave Spidey a fresh start with a new status quo, introduced new foes. You had Mr. Negative, and you had a lot of others. I love Mr. Negative as a villain, I really do. Now, fittingly, in the MCU, we just saw a kind of reset at the end of No Way Home. Doctor Strange's spell wiped everyone's memory of Peter Parker, so Peter is back to basics. No Stark tech, no Avengers backup, and none of his friends remember him. It's essentially a clean slate for Holland's Spidey, which makes Brand New Day the perfect title. I mean, it really does. Marvel's Kevin Feige himself said that after all the cosmic multiverse madness, this next story will finally show Peter being a proper Spider-Man by himself, dedicated to saving the city and dealing with street-level crime as opposed to world-ending events. Now, that doesn't mean no multiverse. That doesn't mean no giant alien invasions. It just means a good portion of this is going to be our friendly neighborhood hero. So street-level story, timeline, pre-Avengers Doomsday here. What's the deal with the story and the timeline? For everything we've heard, Brand New Day picks up not long after No Way Home. Peter is on his own, likely living in that tiny New York City apartment and has to rebuild his life from scratch. He's also ditched the high-tech suits. Remember, all those Stark suits are gone and inaccessible. And he's using a suit that he made himself. We'll talk more about the new suit in just a little bit. There's we have to break down that teaser. Now, the vibe of this movie is street-level crime fighting. Think Spider-Man 2 or the PS4 Spider-Man game vibes. Peter dealing with gangs, crime bosses, everyday villainy in the city rather than fighting Thanos or traveling the multiverse. Feige emphasized this return to a smaller-scale Spider-Man story, which is actually really exciting, is a chance to see Peter be a solo hero facing challenges in his own world. Now, timeline-wise, here's an interesting nugget. This movie is set before the next big Avengers film, which of course is Avengers Doomsday. In fact, leak set photos and reports indicate Brand New Day takes place around 2027 in the MCU timeline, which is over a year prior to the events of Avengers Doomsday, believed to be in 2028. So Marvel's kind of schedule shuffling means Brand New Day will hit theaters before Avengers Doomsday does. I mean, Spider-Man 4 comes out July 31st, 2026. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man 4, you know. Anyway, Avengers Doomsday is slated for December 2026. That's a big deal, because originally Spidey's next outing might have been after the Avengers film. But delays changed that. They moved it around. Now fans are wondering what that actually means for Peter's role in the crossover. Essentially, Peter gets his solo adventure just in time to set him up for the upcoming Avengers level threat, which is perfect. Now, I wouldn't expect Brand New Day to focus much on the Avengers plot. They want it to be a self-contained street level story, but the timing, that makes me know that we're going to get tie-ins and foreshadowing. Perhaps the post-credit scenes will tease how Spidey connects to the events of Doomsday. At the very least, we're going to keep his story a bit earlier, right? Marvel ensures that Peter is free and ready when the big crisis hits. We might even see Peter mature through the movie so that by the time Avengers Doomsday comes around, he's ready to rejoin or lead the Avengers. It's cool because it feels like Brand New Day is the calm before the storm, which I think is perfect. And if we don't get a Robert Downey Jr. face reveal at the end of this, a post-credit scene or something to shock Peter, I feel like it's a huge miss. Now, let's talk about villains and threats. Mr. Negative. I mean, I want him in this movie. Street level story. We expect more urban rogue gallery type stuff. One name that keeps popping up is Mr. Negative. If you've played the Marvel Spider-Man game or you've read the comics from the Brand New Day era, you know Mr. Negative, aka Martin Lee, is a huge crime boss, has this Jekyll and Hyde persona in a gang called the Inner Demons. So here's the leak going around. One day of filming, bystanders in Glasgow spotted an armored truck prop with a big red demon logo on the side. It looks just like the Inner Demon symbol from the Spidey game. Photos of the truck hit the internet. Fans, of course, went nuts. The demon logo strongly implies Mr. Negative's crew is involved. Suggest he could be one of the film's villains, or at least that his gang features in an action scene. But if you're going to have his gang, why would you not have him? And here's an important note. Marvel hasn't officially announced a villain yet, and the director was literally just started shooting, so this was an unintended early leak, but it's a solid hint. I mean, not many villains have a red demon as their calling card. Mr. Negative would make sense as a primary antagonist. He's exactly the kind of street-level foe, a crime lord with a twist, that fits the tone of this, and would be a fresh face for the movies. Now, rumor has it that Mr. Negative might not be the only villain in Brand New Day. I don't think it's Spider-Man movie. We're not getting one villain. In fact, the rumor says we're going to get a ton of villains. It's going to be stacked with characters. I mean, multiple villains theory here. One scoop from the Cosmic Surface, a known Marvel insider outlet, suggests villains with an Asian underworld influence will appear. Specifically, they claim Silver Samurai and Viper could be in this movie. Yeah, Silver Samurai. If you're not familiar, that character and Viper showed up in the Wolverine 2013 movie. They're usually tied to him in Japan's criminal world. It'd be wild if they linked them to Spider-Man. Then, of course, Kingpin and Daredevil, right? Given that Punisher is in the mix and this film is post-Daredevil Born Again, a lot of fans, including myself, suspect that Wilson Fisk will be lurking in the background. Now, there's no direct leak yet, but Born Again set him up as a major figure in New York City's crime scene, and Brand New Day is following that up. It makes sense. One rumor claims the movie will include elements of the Kingpin storyline started in Daredevil Born Again. I mean, Kingpin's probably pulling the strings and they're probably gonna meet up. Then, we have the Punisher and anti-hero angle. We know Punisher is in the movie, but is he friend or foe? Frank Castle's an anti-hero who doesn't exactly play nice, and some are saying that could start off as an antagonist to Spider-Man, not a villain in the traditional sense, but someone Peter clashes with because, well, Frank's vigilantism crosses the line. In the comics, Spider-Man and Punisher have this tense relationship. Of course, Spidey is morally opposed to killing, so it's possible the movie might have them butt heads. I want to see Peter's reaction the first time Frank just mows over like 10 people. Then, of course, there's all kinds of others that are rumored. Jackpot, Menace, I mean, even Harry Osborn being in. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, Menace is like a goblin-like villain. That would be kind of cool since Ned is tied to the Hobgoblin, at least in the comments. I mean, are we going to get that payoff? Probably not, but who knows? It's going to be insanity. It really is. And then a huge rumor out there is that Peter could face off against the Hulk. A report claimed that Spider-Man and Punisher might have to battle a Savage Hulk together. Now, this comes from the same Cosmic Surface rumor, which says Hulk, presumably Bruce, would appear and that Brand New Day will set up Hulk's future storyline. Now, it's not clear why Hulk would be rampaging, maybe mind control, misunderstanding, I don't know. But imagine Spider-Man versus Hulk. That would be huge. And maybe that kicks back into the World War Hulk rumors that we've heard for so long. I don't know. But I know everybody wants us to get back to Savage Hulk. Everybody wants us to get back to the true Hulk. We're done with Smart Hulk. Now, team-ups, cameos, Avengers, connections, all that. What's going to happen here? Well, there's so many different dynamics. We talked about Kingpin. We talked about Daredevil. We talked about Punisher. I mean, even Shang-Chi might show up in this. We haven't seen him in forever. They need to get his face back on the screen, especially if we're doing something with like the Yakuza, if Silver Samurai's coming, a cameo would fit perfect. I mean, maybe the Ten Ring Syndicate is interested in what's going down in New York City. There's so many street level things they could do here. It's going to be a ton of fun. Now, imagine this, post-credit scene, Peter back in his apartment. Who knocks on his window? Maybe Sam Wilson's Captain America. Maybe Bruce Banner. Hey, we need you. We're setting up the Avengers. This is happening. We got to go one more time around. And he's not an Iron Man Jr. now. He's not a naive kid. He is a seasoned veteran. And they see all the stuff he did in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And they're like, you know what? You should come join us, even though they don't really realize that he was literally there from day one. It's going to be fun. Now, let's really quick talk about the suit teaser they just dropped. It's such a small teaser. So many questions. This is our apparent first look at Peter's updated suit for Brand New Day. And they didn't show it fully. Quick glimpse, kind of shadowy, close-up shots. But the big detail was that it has raised webbings. If that sounds familiar, it's because Tobey's classic suit from the Raimi trilogy had raised web patterns, whereas Tom Holland's MCU, it's always been printed flat web designs. So what are we doing here? It's also got a darker shade of red than the super bright suit at the end of No Way Home. And for what I can tell, the chest emblem spider logo thing kind of looks like the Amazing Spider-Man suit. It looks like a mesh of all three. Is it Tobey's? Is it Andrew's? Is it Tom's? Is it claiming or teasing that Tobey and Andrew will make another appearance here? Or is it just Tobey's? I mean, it gives Tobey's vibes the most, but then that logo, it gets me. It really does, because it connects me right back to the Amazing Spider-Man suit. I mean, Raimi's webs? I don't know what's happening here. You guys let me know what you see it on the screen. What do you think's happening here? Do you think this is Tom's, or do you think they are teasing us another team up? I mean, it implies a Spider-Verse crossover again, which I don't really know if I think this is going to happen for this movie. I know they want a grounded story, but then again, when you have an opportunity to bring Tobey and Andrew back, you probably bring Tobey and Andrew back. Let me know what you guys think. I will keep you covered if anything brand new comes out about this movie. Are you excited for it? Who do you think should be the villain? And how do they connect it to Avengers Doomsday? And whose freaking suit is that? I'll see you soon.